Hey everyone, yes, welcome. I guess this is the inaugural YouTube video or my inaugural YouTube video. And yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm probably gonna cringe afterwards after I've made like, my first million in my YouTube channel. But yeah, let's do this. So I'm Gerard. My name is Gerard. I'm a data engineer, and I believe it's important to embrace AI and uh, sort of the emerging technologies in data engineering, and I want to start this by showing you one of the cool new things that I've discovered, and I'm hoping that this is the start of many other videos in the line of showing data engineers how to actually empower themselves. So without further ado, let's get started with this. As you can see, Warp, um, it's a terminal in the vein of, iTerm or whatever terminal you prefer to use. The difference between this and other terminals is that it's actually makes use of AI as well, so you can do vibe coding and those things in Warp as well. But it's more than that as well. But I wanna demonstrate a few of the functionalities that you can make use in Warp. So let's have a look at the Warp terminal itself. Here you can see this is the terminal. Let's zoom in a bit. So yeah, it being a terminal, you can issue all the normal commands. Um, let's look at some of the unique features of Warp. You can see if I press the hash key, it can wait for you to enter a specific command that you want to execute, and then it will make suggestions. So let's say I want to um, search for all text files. So you can see it loads a bunch of command suggestions here. You can see normally, there's find and grep and all the usual suspects. Let's say I want to use FD. Use FD. And you can see here is a example of using FD to search for all the text files. I think let's change it to markdown files. Okay, so you can see here it changed to markdown files. I think the first one looks good, so let's use that one. And you can see what else the other thing you can do with Warp is that you can actually um, save these workflows so you can use them later on as well, right? So you can save as a workflow, and then naturally you can use that later on as well. So let's just save this, or let's just type in. You can see it has. Okay, I don't want to use the root here, but let's see. For the current, you can see it does predictive. That does predictive intelligence for you as well. I know there's a data science one here I want to have a look at. You can see there's a data science template, and you can search for markdowns in that as well. Okay, so it looks like there's a bit of an error. So let's see what's wrong, and you can see Warp tries to fix this for you as well, right? So let's see what happens when you click on that. You can see, okay, yeah, it looks something to do with you can see that I want to try and sort of interactively show you what Warp can do. So I didn't prepare something beforehand, but you can see that you know it's a great tool to use to troubleshoot as well, right? So it looks like I might have to fix this. Let's try and use. Let's try and use the SD command here. See what happened here. Okay. So it says Redux pattern error. Okay, so obviously, yeah, we don't want to use a Redux pattern like this, but let's try and change this a bit. And you can see there's a README file. So the other cool thing about Warp is you can click on the README file as well, and it can open it for you. So you can see here's the README file. So yeah, that's nice. You can see there's tabs as well. Um, you can also save shortcuts, like you can save in many other terminals. So you can see, for example, I used fuzzy find and with preview if I wanted to use that as well. So you can see if I use this one, okay. So first of all, it doesn't execute, but let's see what's the problem here. So I think let's just execute it like this, and you can see it's a workflow that I already saved, right? So the path, I want to have a look at the data science one. So let's see this one, and you can see that provides you with a bunch of previews as well, right? So that's pretty cool. So you can see here's the preview of all the files here, and okay, let's exit this one. So let's try and see what else we can do with Warp. Okay, so if we press Command and I, you can see I want to start a new conversation here. Okay, it's oops, and you can see notice like these different options you can use to do a bunch of stuff, right? So you can um can do a bit of coding or install something, which is pretty cool as well. So let's try and ask it. I'm interested in MotherDuck, right? So you can see MotherDuck is, it's like DuckDB, but it's in the cloud. So you can see I fired up a MotherDuck instance here, and I want to upload some data to the MotherDuck and have it attached to the database. Once again, I have to emphasize that um, I I didn't like test this beforehand, so I'm expecting a lot of things to go wrong as well. But I think that's more interesting, right? So let's try and do this. Let's see. Okay. So I want to first of all create a project for my MotherDuck instance, right? So let's say create a folder, oops, for a DuckDB. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you can see it makes a few um, inferences. So you can see these things are derived from sort of prompts that I added as well. So we'll have a look at that later. Also, it asks you if it's okay to create these objects. So let's try and create these things. Um, okay, you can see just a basic sort of DuckDB Python files and things get created for you. And then what we also want to do is generate some test data to upload to DuckDB. So the nice thing about, or MotherDuck rather, the nice thing about DuckDB is that you can do local development in your DuckDB instance and then obviously just add it to the cloud. So what I enjoy about Warp is that there's a bit of a conversation, and there's lots that the terminal can actually do for you as well in terms of adding the boilerplate code and things like that. You can see here is all the code that's been added. So I guess it's making a few guesses here as well in terms of what I'm going to need. But yeah, for the purposes of this video, let's just go with it. So we're creating a bunch of files. See this text file as well. So let's just say it looks cool. Okay. But yeah, there's some stuff there. Okay. So it shows me how to get started with the environment as well. You can see I can do that as well. And then install the requirements. I'm feeling lazy today, so I'm just gonna ask it to run it, and yeah, let's just well, let's just add some test data. So I think an important thing about doing this sort of vibe coding is also not to overload what you expect the thing to do, right? So in other words, to keep your prompts small. So that's why I want to add test data first, and then after that try and access the DuckDB instance locally, and then we want to try and upload it to MotherDuck to see if that works as well. Okay, so yeah. So I see some tests are being created here. The main file has been Okay, so let's see. It's doing more coding here. You know, there's some. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so it's gonna add a CSV file for us. It's doing some changes here. It looks like. Okay, yeah. So okay. Um, yeah. So there's some more fixtures being added in tests. Sample data has been added. Okay, so you can see it also updates the files for us, and yeah, um here's the load method, and that's gonna load it for us into DuckDB. So okay, let's see. To try the new functionality, you need to do this. Okay, let's run the file and see what happens. Okay. So it's gonna enter into the virtual environment, and then it's gonna install all the requirements for me, and then it's gonna run the tests, right? So let's see if that works. Okay, it's always fun to watch this stuff being downloaded. I think I want to eventually also just add these things to MotherDuck, and then hopefully we'll be able to run a query and see in MotherDuck the console itself if that works, right? So Um, I, okay, so I see there's an error as well. So notice how it actually tries and fix the error itself as well. So yeah, it looks like some packages need to be updated here. See if that works. Okay, so yeah, let's install the stuff needed for the tests. So yeah, let's see if this works. Okay, so now, okay, let's try again. Okay, so I guess it says it needs to go into the virtual environment. Okay, so tests are passing. Looks like things are good. Okay, so now let's run the main one. Yeah, hello message, I guess. Okay. Okay, so it's once again gonna do some changes, it looks like. So um okay, so let's see what it plans to do here. It's gonna format the display in a readable format, I guess. Okay, what I want to do rather is just to load the data, and okay, so yeah, okay, there's a sample data path that it resolves, and you can see, okay, so it looks like it does want to load the data. So let's try and run this. Okay, did I place? Okay, 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 so let's just, I accidentally pressed refine here, but I guess this demonstrates the ability for you to be able to refine it as well. So yeah, let's say apply changes, and then hopefully it's going to run it for us as well. So also, I think what's important to realize is you can choose to just code this stuff without knowing Python, but if you know what's going on in Python, it's going to help you a lot more. So I don't think you shouldn't learn Python. I think it's important to learn Python, um, and it looks like everything is working. Um, let's say we want to upload it to MotherDuck and run a select query. Okay, so first of all, let's upload it to MotherDuck. Uh, okay, so once again, I'm not gonna give it more commands that it can handle. First of all, I just want to upload it to MotherDuck, and then I want to ask it to run a select query for us to see if that actually works. So the reason I feel it's important to understand that you can upload it to MotherDuck is that you can use cloud as well in Warp, right? So you can do the same thing for AWS or GCP, and you can upload to Snowflake, or you can upload to Databricks, or you can run stuff in Databricks if you want to, right? So you can see it's very powerful. Um, So yeah, it's just gonna add this stuff for us, a bunch of imports and stuff. Hopefully, it'll pick up the fact that I'm already authenticated to MotherDuck. So you can see here, here's my MotherDuck instance. Uh, I just fired up a trial again. So let's see if Warp picks up on this. Okay, this looks good. So you can see it chose to implement a DuckDB manager class. I think it's probably gonna need to run through a few iterations before it's able to pick up on a MotherDuck instance. But let's see if it manages. So you might wonder what kind of model it chooses. Initially, when I started playing around with Warp, it gave me the option to choose models, but now it automatically chooses the best one for you. That's not to say you can't choose your own model, but normally it reverts to using Claude 3.7 at the time of this recording. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so here's here's a bunch of stuff that it wants to create. Looks like okay, so it's gonna show me a diff of what of the proposed changes as well. While it's okay, so here's the diff, and you can see okay, looks like it's just what okay, so it refined it with a main file, yeah, okay. So basically it looks like it rewrote the whole main file, but let's see what it does. Um, okay, so it's gonna ask for a token and things like that. So um, yeah, I don't know if a token exists, but let's see. Okay, so um, so I need to set my token. So I'm gonna pause this recording, and once my token is set, I'm gonna resume it. Okay, so I've added a token. I've added it to my environmental variables as well. So let's see if this works. Let's just run this for this and see what happens. So you can see you can obviously just run normal um, shell as well if you want to, and you can see yeah, it works. So let's get a select query in MotherDuck itself and see what happens. Okay, so feeling lazy today. So yeah, you can ask it to generate a select query for us as well. And I want to be able to, you can see this actually ran in memory. Okay, so let's run it in a MotherDuck console instead of in memory, right? Because I actually want to run in a MotherDuck web. So um, so you can see, okay, I actually need to go into AI mode is there and just ask it to load data. Okay, so see if it's able to upload the data for us. It's all just a bunch of randomly generated data. It should be fine because we did execute, we did set the variable here. So let's see, just this. Okay, so it does a bit of thinking. Okay, so the MotherDuck token is in another session. So let's set it. Okay, so I'm actually going to try and paste this token in here. I'm going to run this script and yeah, let's paste the token. So let's see what happens. It does a bunch of thinking again. Okay, so it might work. You can see that it's sort of aware of the DuckDB stuff that's going on as well. It's going to install MotherDuck Python package for us, so it's aware of the functionality that DuckDB provides, right? So that's pretty cool. What I also like to do sometimes is to give it like the documentation of the task that I'm trying to perform, and that helps it sort of stay up to date with any code changes or whatever that happened. Looks like it's able to install the Python package for MotherDuck. Then it's gonna looks like update a bunch of stuff here. See if this works. If you try and give it too many tasks to perform, it sort of goes into a infinite loop of trying to troubleshoot too many things as well, right? So um, sometimes you have to intervene and be specific in terms of what you want to be able to achieve. You can see here, um, yeah, it's actually quite easy to switch between the local development environment or the local DuckDB instance and MotherDuck. So it's going to set the default to false. That should be fine. And then, yeah, it's just a question of setting it to cloud, I think. So yeah, it's been updated. Let's go. Am I supposed to enter my token again? Let's see. Okay, let's paste it. Oops, there's an error. Okay, let's see what this thing does here. Valid input. Okay, so let's try and troubleshoot that. Um, okay, so it looks like a syntax is outdated here. Hopefully it's going to be able to resolve this for us. Okay, so methods have been updated. Token. Okay. So there's also the option of just giving it the ability to just go off and do stuff itself. That's also a bit, it's a bit of a risk because, like I said, it can go into infinite loops. And for the plan that I currently have, um, there's 1,000 queries, 1,000 AI queries you can issue. Let's try this again. Okay, I'll have to delete the token afterwards. See what it does. Okay. Yeah, so it's cool. It tells you that it's a sensitive token that's been exposed. So let's see. I believe we should be able to get it to work, and I think this is sort of part of the new development experience, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna delete the token afterwards, and hopefully that'll work. Okay, it's gonna ask me for a token again, looks like. Yeah, looks like we in business here. Nice. Okay, so we uploaded to MotherDuck. Now it suggests that we can run this select query in MotherDuck. So let's just go for it. Let's copy this. Okay, let's go to the console. I guess just gonna wipe this stuff out. Yeah, let's run this. Oopsie. Let's remove this. Looks like it's trying to. Let's refresh this. Okay. So let's see, where did it upload the sales data, right? My DB. Okay, so where's the data? I guess this is part of the troubleshooting experience as well, right? So I think um, it's nice that you can actually so actually troubleshoot it in this way. Let's see. Okay, so there's sales data. Maybe I'm in the wrong database. Hmm. Okay, so we can see in MotherDuck itself it works, right? So um, DemoDB. Okay, so let's see. It's nice that it gives you the ability to go to DemoDB and look there for it, right? So here's DemoDB, and lo and behold, there's our sales data, right? So instead of my DB, let's go to DemoDB. Let's run this. Boom, there's our data. So yeah, I guess this brings us to the end of our my very inaugural video about using Warp and DuckDB, if you will, MotherDuck. I think I'm obligated to ask you to please like this video, and if you're interested in seeing more of this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I plan to um, provide more videos and show people how you can actually upgrade your skills as data engineer. So I'm hoping this is the first of a lot of YouTube videos, and thanks for watching.